Uh, can you hear me okay? I don't hear your audio.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So,
Hey,
how's it going?
good. Sorry, I'm outside because I live in a house with like 10 other guys right now.
Oh, cool. Okay, so, this is kind of, I don't have any experience talking with people, so I'm just trying to do a talking with people exercise. Uh,
That's great.
so,
I think
if,
that's really cool.
okay. So
Um,
I'm gonna set a
and,
time.
and,
Oh, sorry, go
and
ahead.
I was really nervous because I'm scared I'm not going to be entertaining. So just tell
Oh,
me this is high pressure so I'll perform better.
you want to hear that it's high pressure?
Yeah,
Okay, it's high pressure.
cool, cool.
Okay. All right. So I read your thing. You're in Lafayette.
Yes, but right now I'm outside of LA.
Oh, cool. So like, did you say that you think that everybody's acting?
Yeah, I said that before. Actually, when I sent you that message before, I believed that the entire world was running a project about me and that I was the reincarnation of Kurt Cobain.
Oh,
But I went on some antipsychotics and I do not think that anymore.
oh. Cool. Well, like, I just have some random questions that I kind of wonder about everybody. First of all, are you part of Gen Z?
I'm a little older. I'm 25.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm part of Gen X, so I think you're like roughly 20 years younger than me. Okay, so I just have some questions about like just general stuff in society. I've been in my room like for 7 years, so I have barely any experience talking to people. I'm going to jujitsu, and then I'm trying to do this thing where after jujitsu, I'm trying to actually talk to real people. So I just
I think we should for sure talk more. Like this seems like a perfect opportunity to me
okay.
because I'd love to talk to someone too.
Okay. Uh, all right. I'm trying to fix some of my habits. Like I used to talk with people like 10 years ago, but um, I'm trying to fix. I'm trying to like. One thing is I'm trying to make sure that nothing. Sometimes I'll say something and I think, oh, that was like a negative thing, and so I'm basically have everything that I'm saying going through a filter where I'm not going to say anything that could be translated as anything negative. So if I say anything negative, let me know. But I'm trying like not to do that. If that makes sense.
Okay,
Okay.
good to know. Yeah.
So like I read that thing that said that you don't really like capitalism.
Yeah.
What do you not like about capitalism?
I think that there's like a very fundamental conflict in capitalism between the workers and their bosses.
Hmm?
'Cause the workers always want more money and the bosses always want to pay them less money, and they're both right. Like it's in both of their interests to do those things. So that conflict can never really be solved under capitalism. So instead of that, we should all be able to get along.
Yeah, I kind of feel I think capitalism is really strange. Like to me, I've basically been sheltered by my dad for like my whole life, and he has like these multiple houses, and it just seems like basically like people just sort of get squeezed. Like it seems like some of the jobs that I went to, they don't pay you enough to get like rent, and then it seems like people just end up in these rental situations, and it just seems like in order to get rich, you have to like capitalize off of other people, and that just do you get the sense like that?
Yes, like it's literally based on um, exploitation. Like the wow, I wish I could explain this well, but do you know what surplus value is? It's like profits that the capitalist class makes are based on the difference between what the value that the worker produces is and what they get paid.
Hmm?
So like if the workers produce so much money, so much value in a day, they have to be paid less than that for there to be a profit.
Hmm, yeah.
And that's the basis of all capitalist industry. So like the capitalist class has to exploit the workers in order to make a profit, and that sucks for both of them because like no one wants to be the bad guy, no one wants to have to exploit people, and then no one wants to be exploited either. So I genuinely feel like it would benefit all of society if we like got rid of that system and like planned production maybe. And can I give you like a little bit of background
Sure.
on me real quick? So basically, like I 2 years ago or 3 years ago, I was a member. I was a member of a communist organization called the Spartacus League. I had been a member since I was like 17. I was like 22 then,
Mhm.
and a member of that organization moved into Oakland, and we started talking, and I connected really well with them. And then I started having a thought that they had recorded our conversations, and I was super funny, and I sounded like Kurt Cobain, and they had shared those recordings with other people in the world, and the world was like, "Oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever. Let's overthrow capitalism." Um, and so that's what I thought was happening. I thought that the world was running a project about me in which they were overthrowing capitalism. So basically, I was famous and the world was getting fixed. And I called this person and I asked them if that was true, that that was happening. And they said, no, it's not true. But I still thought that it was true. And I also thought my friends and family were in on it. So I called them and I asked them if that had happened. And they said, no, that's not happening. That never happened. But I still believed that it was happening. And so then I just waited for the last 2 entire years. I waited for them to tell me what was going on, and they never did. And then I brought it up with my parents that I thought I was Kurt Cobain, and I thought they were running a project about me. And then they were like, "You need to go to treatment." So then I went to treatment. So that's what has happened in the last like 2 years of my life. So I basically have thought that the world was fixed because of me for like 2 years. And it was a huge loss when I started taking those antipsychotics and realized that that wasn't actually the case, that the world is actually just how it seems to be, so kind of messed up. And I'm not famous actually. It felt really bad. I was really sad. But I'm gonna get back into politics and back into my hobbies and really try to take charge of my life now because I realize what I can be.
What what do you think now? What do you think is the case now?
I think that basically there's no project going on. The world is as it appears to be, except I do have a few remaining delusions or things that might be delusions, because I think that my best friend Joe, who hasn't contacted me in 2 years, might be running some sort of project about me, and I don't really know to what extent that's going on or not. But like the difference now is that I recognize those are delusions, and I have a mental health issue, whereas before I didn't realize that at all.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I probably have some mental. Everybody tells me I have mental health issues too. I don't know what mine are, but I'm terrified of eye contact. So I've like avoided eye contact like my whole life. So now I'm trying to do it on Zoom. But other than that, what else is weird about me? I don't know. I don't really seem to like fit into like society. I'm kind of wondering what other people's plans are for like life. Like if you when you're thinking about like the future, what kind of future do you want? Like ideally.
This is great because, like I said, I up until very recently, I literally thought I was famous and had saved the planet. So my goals are to become famous and save the planet.
So how save the planet? Like what do you think are the perils?
Overthrow capitalism, basically. And just like make a new economic system where we're all able to work together. I mean, I know that that is a distant goal. I'm not saying I think I can accomplish that. I'm not like that delusional, but that is my goal.
Cool. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know much about economics, but it does seem kind of it seems screwed up. I don't really know. Like, yeah. I'm not sure what I don't.
Like
What's
if people aren't happy, then something's got to be wrong. Like,
I wonder. Like sometimes I wonder if they could start like an island nation where they try like a new economic system and see if it works as like an experiment or something like that.
yeah, that'd be cool. We would just have to like convince everyone, and it takes like it takes skills to talk to people about politics. It's pretty hard. That's why I think this is pretty fun for practice.
Yeah, I don't know much about politics. I have like random questions about stuff, but I don't want
Okay.
to. I don't want to ask anything too personal. I
It's totally fine. You can ask anything.
Okay, but I have problem. Yeah, I'm not good with like boundaries. I always say things that like, but I'll try not to say anything like personal. Just general things like what do you think of the convention of like traditional marriage? Are you planning on doing like traditional marriage type stuff?
Yeah, I am. Like, I think it's just kind of fun, honestly. Like, I'm not, I don't like believe religiously in it. I think it's just kind of neat and I would do it.
Did your parents do it?
Yes.
Are they still married?
Yes.
No. What type did they? Oh, let's see. Um, do you believe in love?
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe in God?
No.
Do you believe in a soul?
No.
What do you think like about like the soul or like do you have any sort of like religious beliefs?
Sorry, I'm just walking away because they opened the door and it's getting kind of loud.
Oh, okay.
And no, I don't have any religious beliefs.
Okay. What do you have any talents? Like do you have anything where like you did something at a young age and it just seemed like everybody else couldn't do that thing as good?
Yeah, like dangerous climbing.
Oh, really? How
Yeah.
what kind of dangerous climbing do you do?
Like the kind where there isn't a lot of good gear and people tend to be scared of it. I noticed that I'm particularly good at climbing when you might die.
Oh, like free solo type stuff?
Yeah, because I think it's really fun.
What type of stuff have you climbed before? Like how high?
I used to climb in Yosemite a lot and like other places in California. I just really like climbing.
Okay. Um, are your friends like on social media? Like, do people just kind of live stream like all the time, or do you know anybody else who sort of just is on Twitch or something like that all the time?
I don't know. I don't know anyone like that.
Really? So your friends don't live stream? You don't know?
No.
No. Hmm. Okay. Uh, do you know? Do you happen to know like why is it that men are not like allowed to wear makeup? Like, do you know why there's a precedent where like women, if you told some woman they couldn't wear makeup, if they're used to wearing makeup, they would hate that. But men, for some reason, they're like not really allowed or supposed to wear makeup in society. Why? Do you know why that is?
I don't know why. The reason why is probably really interesting. It probably has a lot to do with history and culture, and I don't know why.
Uh, this is a weird question. Like I've been like really antisocial a lot of my life, so I just kind of wonder like, is sort of the do you get the sense that like in traditional marriages the deal is sort of like the man is supposed to be the provider, and was that kind of how it was in your families, your parents'
Yes,
way? So like, what
absolutely.
was there kind of an unspoken deal between your parents?
Yes, there was, and it did. It does make me feel kind of awkward, but I guess if they really love each other, then it's not awkward for them.
Is that kind of like, do you get the sense that that's the general deal from men and women? Is that men are basically like, women are looking for somebody to kind of like help them out with money and like time and effort, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
most men.
Um,
Oh,
Sorry, I was just gonna say, I did start thinking about that sort of thing recently because I'm in a house with all men, and I've never interacted with only men before, and the culture is way different from the culture with women, like, and looking at like how they think about the women that they want to date is really interesting. I wish I could articulate it.
do you notice that like? Do you think that men and women now, because of social media, are sort of like comparing notes, and it's not like it was 20 years ago? Like, do you think that?
A little bit, but the culture is still so different.
Yeah. Okay.
Like when they hang out on their own, it's different.
What else was I wondering? Let's see. Oh, what do you think about like labels? Like, does it make sense to you that like, a thing like a word sort of says what a thing isn't and a thing isn't, but without the word, you could think of that thing as multiple things. Like,
Yes.
what does that mean to you?
Um, like, what is the purpose of calling something something? What
Yeah.
is the purpose of making a label?
Yeah, like I was thinking this morning. Like, doesn't it seem weird that like people say like I'm good, or later they think they're bad, and some people say, oh, he like on Twitter they say like that guy's a bad guy or that guy's a good guy. But just the fact that they go back and forth between they're good or bad, doesn't it seem obvious that people aren't like any of these labels?
It does. Um, I kind of want to go inside and take a shower.
Okay.
Would you mind if we wrap this up? But we should for sure talk again,
Okay.
like soon,
Okay.
because
Yeah.
I really love talking to you.
Okay. Yeah, I can talk any. I'm just gonna try to do these every weekday at 6:30. So anytime you want to do it, just let me know.
Okay.
Okay. It's nice talking to you. You seem cool.
Yeah, you too.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
All right. I talked to a real person. I talked to a person. Last time I did 10 minutes, and now I did 15 minutes. And so I can talk to people. Okay, progress.